What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats? It's your girl Luce, and I am back again this week with a very highly requested video actually. This is something that you guys have really wanted to see for a while. Just to let you know, this isn't my entire fitness transformation video. It is coming soon, but I have a little bit of a way to go, I think, in terms of getting the after pictures before I show you my proper journey and I share with you all the details of what I've done. So this is more of a general advice, top tips if you guys are looking to be a bit healthier, eat clean, exercise more, and kind of get a bit more fit during lockdown. Honestly, lockdown has been a bit of a blessing for me in terms of exercise. For those of you who follow my Instagram, you'll know that I have lost a little bit of weight and I have toned up a lot, and I've just kind of found myself in exercise really during this period. But just before I start, this is kind of just a bit of a trigger warning. I just want to generally say, if talking about eating healthy, doing more exercise, that sort of stuff could trigger you, please don't watch this video, because the last thing I would want to do is make you guys feel like you have to lose weight and you have to be doing all of these things. All I'm doing this video for is just to share my experience and tips with you guys, because I feel like I've learned a lot during this lockdown period and I want to share it with you. At the beginning of lockdown, I was feeling so depleted because obviously all the gyms were closed and I was going to the gym quite regularly in London. As you saw on my YouTube channel, I uploaded a home workout video. Now looking back on that, I really cringe. Having come so far with the workouts I have now, I'm actually not sure about the exercises that I did, and I don't know whether my technique was right, and I think I could have done a much better job being where I am now. So let me know if you guys don't want that to be deleted, but I might delete it because just looking back at it, I'm I could do a much better job now. I tried to start doing my own home workouts and I just found it so hard to keep myself motivated, to be honest. And basically then I found an Instagrammer who was doing live workouts with a personal trainer who was quarantining with her at the time. I'm not going to reveal that just yet because, I mean, you guys probably already know who this is if you follow my Instagram, but I want that to be part of my bigger video. And they have changed my entire life. I literally cannot explain to you guys how incredible I feel after I've done a workout. It just gives me so much energy for the day. I feel so much younger. I mean, I know I am young, but I feel younger than I am, and I feel lighter and I feel bouncier and I feel like I can do so many more things, and it's just really improved my daily life. I completely understand how hard it can be to motivate yourself to get up and do a workout. I cannot relate more. So many people always say on my Instagram oh, you're so motivated all the time, how do you stay motivated, how do you do it? It is hard, and I want to tell you guys I definitely do struggle. There have been so many days where I have really had to push myself to get up and work out, or really push myself literally not to binge eat all this shit food. I find it really hard to eat clean. I love working out, as I said, because of the energy that I feel, but eating clean is a little bit harder for me because I'm such a foodie. I love food so much, and there are just so many things that I crave. Chocolate is such a big weakness for me. In terms of motivating yourself to get up and work out, I have found it really useful to get myself in a routine. Obviously, I mentioned that I've been doing live workouts. Having somebody go live at a specific time is so motivating for me, because there are so many times where I've been in bed and I'm I do not want to do this, but I'm well, they're going live at this time, so if you don't get up and do it, then you won't do it for the day. If you set a time that you are going to work out every single day that you are going to work out, because I would not recommend working out every single day of every single week, because that's just not achievable for your body and you need rest days. Plan your week, plan when you're going to do workouts, and plan the times you're going to do them at, because if you don't have a time, I honestly am so guilty of this and I completely understand, because at the beginning of lockdown when I was trying to do my own workouts, I would be oh, I'm going to work out today, I'm going to do this, but I would never set a time. So I'd get up and then I'd have breakfast and I'd be well, I can't do it now because I've just had breakfast and I'm full, and then I'd get distracted and then I'd do something else, and then it'd be lunchtime and it'd be the same thing, I'm too full, and then I'd get distracted, and literally I just kept putting it off until it got to the end of the day and I was well, can't do it now because it's late. Do you know what I mean? So I feel it's so easy to make excuses and to find ways of putting it off if you've not set an exact time as to when you're going to do it. The only negative that can come from that is if you have planned your entire week and you don't do what you were meant to do on the first day. I then go, oh, well, I haven't done the first day, so I might as well not do the rest of it. But my second top tip is to try and get a workout buddy. Even if there is nobody that is going to work out with you, get your parents on board with what you are trying to do, or if you have a sibling, and just say to them, I have planned to do this at this time on these days. Can you please make sure I stick to it? And if you have someone that's going to work out with you, even better, because obviously they'll be motivating you and you'll be motivating each other to do it at the same time, which is great. Even also, you can FaceTime friends and literally do it, even if you're in different houses, and do workouts together. I think that's really fun, and I think it's a really nice idea. So if you've missed that first day and in your head you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to do it, you have that person who knows what your plan is and knows that they need to motivate you to pick you up and get you going for the next day. I will give you a prime example. So I was meant to be doing a live workout on Friday, which is yesterday, and I had the busiest day, the busiest week. I was feeling so exhausted. The last thing I wanted to do was get up and work out, and my mum literally came into my room and she was like, what's the plan? And I was like, I just cannot get into my head the idea of doing a workout right now. I just had no energy. And she was like, no, you are doing the workout. And obviously sometimes that's not what you need, like when you are feeling very emotionally vulnerable, but just then that was exactly what I needed. I had spent the entire day in a sports bra so that I would work out, and I had also not showered in the morning so that it would force me to work out so I could then shower. I know that sounds really crazy, but I just like I do certain things like that to make sure that I do work out, and it got to the end of the day and that didn't even work. So I needed somebody to come and say, you are doing this now. My next piece of advice is something that I still really struggle with, and I always need to remind myself of, is sleep is so important. I'm really bad, I'm such a night owl. A lot of the time I will literally stay up to like 2 or 3 in the morning if I can, especially when you're doing the level of exercise that I am at the moment. Your body needs sleep to grow the muscles that you are working out, and it needs sleep in order to reset your body, because if you're not getting enough sleep, your body will start to fatigue, your muscles will get tired, and you just won't be able to do as good a job at the workouts as you should be able to. And then what's the point of doing them if you're just not getting enough sleep? Now my next one is related with eating and diet. It doesn't work for me to say to myself, right Lucy, you're not going to eat anything unhealthy all day, you're going to be so healthy, you're going to like intermittent fast and like do all of this crazy diet stuff. I can't do that, because it gets to a point where if I'm restraining myself from eating nice things, I will literally go through so much of it. Like then I will sit down and eat a whole bar of Cadbury's. I find it much better to really keep a balance in your diet of really healthy stuff, but also allowing yourself to have treats and unhealthy things. I think it's really unhealthy if you restrict yourself, because what's the point? Food is meant to be enjoyed and meant to be loved, and I think it's such a shame when people fall out with food because they will not let themselves have anything unhealthy. So my next tip is keep a balance of the things that you love that aren't quite as healthy, and eat healthy as well. And don't beat yourself up about it. Like literally yesterday, I obviously, as I spoke about, I did that workout, I felt so much better having done it, but then that night had quite a few to drink, and what do we have? We had steak and chips for dinner, and then I had chocolate afterwards. But honestly, I could have beaten myself up and been like, well, you might as well not have done a workout, you ate so shit, like in the morning tomorrow you're not going to eat anything unhealthy. Like I really cannot deal with that mindset. So do you know what? I've let that go. I've allowed myself that evening of enjoyment, of nice food and spending it with my family and having unhealthy stuff. And now I'm just going to be a little bit more aware that I shouldn't do that for a few days. This is a bit more specific, and I will literally expand on this and talk a lot more about this in the next fitness video I'm going to do. However, the main reason why my body is transformed during lockdown from where I was before, because I was gymming before. I feel like that a lot of people think that I literally wasn't gymming until lockdown. I was, but there's just been a huge shift in the type of exercise that I was doing. I am now doing a lot more cardio than I was. Before, I kind of thought that strength training and lifting weights, even though, let me tell you, that is really, really good for you, I was doing that so much and I wasn't doing much cardio. I think for my personal body and my personal shape, I needed to lose the weight first and then strength train on top of that. I was doing lots of strength training, but because I wasn't doing cardio and I wasn't eating very healthily, I wasn't seeing any results. So I have really upped the level of HIIT sessions I do, and even when I'm doing strength training, I make sure I have little HIIT sessions in between. But then also it's good to keep a good balance of cardio and strength training. Like, don't just exhaust yourself with cardio, because your body can't take that. So do a good balance, but cardio is more important if you are looking to lose a bit more weight. So this is kind of my final point before I end the video, and I think this is probably the most important piece of advice that I have to give, is do it because you love it, and do it because of the feeling that you get out of exercising and of eating clean. Don't try and lose weight, and don't try and eat clean because you feel you have to. Honestly, exercising is all about mental well-being for me. I'm not doing it to lose weight. I'm doing it because it makes me feel so good, and it gives me so much energy, and it mentally sorts me out. Like, if I have anything going on in my head, any negative emotions, any like build up of like being upset or anything, frustration, doing exercise clears it all up for me, and it honestly has improved my mental health so much, and it's kind of what's kept me going during lockdown. I really don't want to trigger anyone by phrasing it incorrectly, but I'm not really sure how to put it. I don't really know how to describe it, but you shouldn't be doing this because you're obsessively trying to lose weight. Obviously, you probably will start a fitness and eating clean journey because you want to improve the way you look. Obviously, I completely get that, otherwise most people wouldn't start. If you don't enjoy it, why are you doing it? I mean, that's kind of what I would say for anything in life. But if exercising and trying to eat clean is beating you up and it's making you have a really negative relationship with your body, why are you doing it? I started out the live workouts because I knew I wanted to keep fit during lockdown, but the main reason why I did them and why I'm carrying them on is because I feel so good afterwards. And also, I mean, this is very specific, but the community that we have on that live Instagram page is just so lovely, and like the buzz I feel from everybody else doing it is so nice. They're kind of all of my tips I can think of now. Obviously, I will be dropping a load more in the one that I do when I kind of show my transformation and talk more in detail about what I've done. I'm gonna do that as a sit down video as well and show you transformation pictures. I also want to show you a vlog of like a general week of eating and working out, and I'm not gonna be doing this whole like trying to eat really healthily and like doing the best Instagram, YouTube perfect meals for you guys. I'm gonna show you the reality of what I eat and all the shit I eat, as well as all the healthy food I eat, because as I said, it's all about balance and all about enjoyment, and I'm not gonna show you guys an unrealistic image of what I do in a general week, because that's not helpful to you or to me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!